Hey guys, what is up? I'm trying to change the channel name to Old Stanky Farm. I haven't figured out how to do that quite yet, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty of what I did today. You remember that old whore? I took it off my lawn boy that I got from a neighbor. That is a 4.5 two-stroke engine. It takes, those of you who don't know about two strokes, they're 50-50. 50-50 means that it's mixed between gasoline and two-stroke oil, what's on the shelf right there. I hope that'll do. I just bought the biggest and what I thought that would work in it. But this engine currently has about 60 pounds of pressure when it's running. I compression tested it with my compression tester right there. I got this old whore from his house. We got it running. After we shut it off, brought it back up there. It has a drive deal on it, but when I pulled on the handle there, the drive deal wouldn't work. So I tightened up the line for it, and that motherfucker is tight. This thing pushes down, and it basically activates the what you meatheads call it, probably the pulley for the drive shaft deal under there. I took the drive shaft deal apart under there. I didn't even fully take it apart. I took it apart just enough to see what was wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. There's a ass load of grease in there. The gears look just fine, but when you push down on this, it's supposed to activate that pulley deal under there, supposedly. After that, I've cleaned the carb on this thing about 10 times. I need to buy some brake cleaner. I bought a big jug of WD-40 at the old Menards for about 18 bucks or so. When you guys are pouring these, when you first buy them, they have these in the top. Inside of this red cap, they have a top on them, and then this sits in there. I just used one of the wood chisel bits, the smallest one we had, to pry it out. Another thing is guys, when you're using these, when you're pouring it, don't do it like this. It makes more of a mess, I've noticed. When you go to pour it, try and do it sideways. I know it's weird, but hey, that's the easiest that it worked for me. And I bought this Easy Fill WD-40 bottle from there. Easy Fill, these things are not very easy fill. Even with a funnel, I had to move this and trying to get it, niggering it in there somehow. But, yeah, this funnel didn't work. I mean, if you have like one of them, metal funnels where it's got like the funnel at the top and it's got like a line going down somewhere with a ender port of some deal. I should have bought one of those. That that yellow funnel's not mine. It's my dad's. I used it. It sort of worked, but it didn't work as half-ass as good as I thought it would. I took this I threw it down in our, I don't even know what the hell people call these damn things, but I call them vice grips. I don't know why. I've heard people call them vice grips, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's called a vice grip. That's what I'm gonna call it, but I tilted this sideways to try and pour it easily. Surprisingly, it worked better than letting it sit on the table like that. If you guys know of another way of filling it, let me know, because trying to do this shit with one hand is kinda hard. It looks hard. To me, it's a little hard trying to do this and hold the bottle at the same time and trying to see what the fuck you're doing, so yeah, this is my new Impact Black & Decker, Impact deal. I have a drill over there. I think the battery needs to be charged for it. I would like to grab a Milwaukee. I've watched a video on it. The Milwaukee Impacts demolish. I've watched a video on it. This guy bought a, this guy bought 3 drills and 3 impacts. He bought, Ryobi Impact and a drill, a DeWalt Impact and a drill, and he bought Milwaukee Impact and a drill. Guys, I highly suggest buying Milwaukee drills. They demolish. I don't know why I bought this. I was looking for Milwaukee, but they didn't have it. This is my second favorite. It was my first favorite till I watched that video, but this is my second favorite, so oh, and another thing you guys should know. If you're gonna be taking engines apart, please, please, please do not use your drills. These top deals unscrew, believe it or not. I've had this top deal unscrew on me. Not this part, but this part that my finger's on right here. This whole thing slid out on me one time. And I had it on 10 clutch. Believe it or not, it took itself apart. So if you guys are going to buy a engine and it needs some maintenance or something like that, I highly suggest buying one of these and at least WD-40. Go check out Project Farm. He took a bunch of shit. He took WD-40. He took Liquid Wrench. There's another name for it, but I don't give a fuck right now. But he tested a bunch of other shit with it. Believe it or not, this shit worked better than anything else, other than the seafoam crap he had. I don't know why he used seafoam. I mean, seafoam is used to clean out engines and help them run smoother, clean out the car, or clean out the injectors, the valves, the spark plug, I believe. I highly suggest buying WD-40 and go check out Project Farm. Please go check out Project Farm. He's got some really good videos. He torture tests mowers. One of the times he has put WD-40 in an engine's fuel tank to see how it would run. I can't exactly remember how it run. I think he had it on like full choke. And it just barely ran. But it ran. There was another time he used Zippo lighter fluid. That shit worked pretty good, actually. I think he had to choke that shit too, but once he choked it, that shit ran pretty good. I just bought this thing. There's a nut inside of there I just took off a couple minutes ago, but it was loose. I took this and I wrenched the shit out of it back on there, I think. I highly suggest buying one of these. Dudes, that nut is already off. And that's literally the first time I've gotten this thing to come off since I've taken it off. I think that's what was keeping it on there. I'm not sure. But I'd like to try and take this engine apart, but right now I don't really see any other way of taking it apart. I wonder if this pulley will come right off. I believe there's pulley pullers out there. I can't really get a good grip on it, and it doesn't want to seem to move. I think there's like a pin in there, or something to keep it from moving out. There is a crankcase, or there is a crankshaft in there. I think that's what's keeping it from coming out. If my phone dies, I'm sorry. It was at like 25% when I started this video. Actually, that seems to be going on there pretty rough. I'm going to take that off and spray it down with WD-40. And the nut, too. I highly suggest using WD-40. Oh, and another thing. If you're going to take off a blade on the bottom of an engine that has been there from the foot soldier started war, I highly suggest using a torch. Preferably a torch like this one. If you have a smaller one, I think it'd work, but I used this one. It kind of set it on fire. Actually, it started to smoke first. I kind of like held it on there, took it off, held it on there, took it off, held it on there, took it off. And that was with like 5 seconds. Like 5 to 10 seconds of doing it. So, that reminds me. I need to buy impact sockets, because I've cracked those sockets before on wrenching, with my wrenches. Those fuckers cracked. If you got nice sockets, please buy impacts. That's what impacts are made for. I don't have any. I'm just kind of rednecking it right now. I'm risking breaking the thing, but I don't really care. I can go online and buy... Actually, that's what I should do on my next paycheck, is buy an impact set offline. But right here, this is the one. I can't remember what I was using that one on, but it cracked. It says spark plug. I think it's meant for a car. I don't think it's meant for small engines. I haven't had to change any spark plugs on a car before, so maybe it fits on a car. I don't know. But, hey, I got it out one way or the other, so I hope this video was entertaining for you guys. If you like this educational video, smash the thumb button, hit that little bell or something, do whatever the fuck you want. Or hit that fucking subscribe button if you like the video. That's it for this video. Oh, and another thing. I'm gonna try and get this engine running off of propane. So if we happen to run out of gas one day and we don't have any left, I can take the head off of that, put it in the hose over there, and just run it. But that's the end of this video, guys. Hope you liked it. Get her done.